out here hitting licks. You could hit one lick that will change your life forever, baby, sweetie, honey. Get a job. Just get a job. Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tyra here with another struggle review, here to discuss Licks. Now this is a movie from 2013 and it stars a whole heap of unknowns because this is a hood movie. Now before I get into all things low budget, deep dive, DVD bin movies, I need you guys to drop down and subscribe to my channel and like this video. I'm going to give you guys a moment to do that and then we're going to come back and discuss. I mean, this movie just gives you feels like, you know, hood films. This is a hood movie. It gives you that, you know, boy, I slide down on your block on 12 o'clock. It gives that, you know, I'm the same nigga from Burb Street with the neck braids that lock. It's that, you know, and I'm like, real nigga, what up? Real nigga, what up? If you ain't about that murder game, then pussy nigga shit. It gives you all of that. This was the first time watch for me.
Go back.
Hopefully subscribe to see more of me. Let's get into this movie. But before we jump into the video, I have to give a shout out to the person who paid for and requested this movie. So if you happen to get your licks, those more ass life, it's not because of me. It's because of this person right here. Thank you so much for supporting me and paying for this content. Now, getting into this movie was written, produced, and directed all by the same person, a Mr. Jonathan Singer. Now, he does not have a lot of credits to his name. Neither does any of the unknown, very natural, neutral actors that appear in this film. This is very much a hood, low-budget, independent movie. But let's talk about why that's not always a bad thing. We get a lot of movies that are considered, you know, a bit independent, a bit low budget, a bit hood. But a lot of times that comes with, you know, negative Nancy's of, oh, it's not that great of a film. The writing is poor. The acting is probably poor also. This is just a lackluster movie all around. When that can be further from the truth. A lot of time, these independent, more low budget, probably black funded movies give us movies like Blue Hill Avenue, Brotherly Love with Keke Palmer, State Property, Paid in Full, Snow on the Bluff, Plug Love. Y'all seen Plug Love? Go watch Plug Love. These are movies that are, you know, made for a lower budget. They probably have unknown actors. Even when they do at times have notable actors, they just don't have the backing or the funding to have, you know, better production qualities or be released in theaters. So they do probably go straight to DVD. But a lot of times these movies still gives us at sometimes really good acting, but a lot of the time really good scripts and really good stories. I found that Licks was one of those movies. Now, getting into the movie, is this movie super complex? Absolutely not. This is that super duper stereotype of, you know, oh, these particular scenarios are the only things that go on in the hood. I would love for hood movies to extend beyond the same scenarios. You know, not everybody is, you know, gang banging, coming up bad, being brought up. Like, that's why movies like Friday rung out the way that they did, because it decided to branch out. Just because we are in the hood doesn't mean we always have to have hood ass scary scenario, life-threatening things happening. There are so many different variations of the hood and what living in the hood could mean for someone. So it would be nice to get some variety within these stories. But what I can say is the writer did go out of his way to make these scenarios feel really real and really natural. We meet four young guys who are no older than maybe 16, who are clearly not that bright, so eager to run red lights and shit right away in the beginning of the movie. And I don't mean running red lights in the car, talk about having sex on people, just nasty. But these young guys who clearly do not have a whole lot of direction and decide to rob the local neighborhood store. When you already clearly see that at least two of them have something else to live for outside of this situation. You have D and his girlfriend who say, don't be out there hitting no licks. You ain't gonna hit no licks, right? Who, just gave him a ring. He has a relationship. And you also have Ty, the up and coming baseball player. You guys have something going on in your life. But do we care about that? Absolutely not. We decide to go rob a store, one gun short, with some surgical mask, two guns, one getaway driver, and a freaking mirror. The whole entire robbery is just completely botched from the start, with D leaving his gun and trying to rob and play the back with a mirror. We have the friends go in, try to look for more money, and he's fiddling his fucking thumbs doing a robbery. You gotta use your cat eye doing the goddamn robbery. He accidentally drops the ring that his girlfriend just gave him. He's trying to look for it and winds up getting stranded there alone and shot by the owner and the store clerk on duty. We have Todd, the getaway driver, the fourth friend, just leave him, and a lot is weighing on his shoulders and on the story and the friends group in general, because completely out of fear he drove away and didn't allow the other two boys to go back inside and get their friend. So not only is he shot, but he is now gone to jail for 2 years for robbery. Oh God. Now, we do have this movie go out of its way not to give plain, simple, pedestrian storytelling. We do have a whole opening title sequence that has a murder take place that ties in with the very last murder of the movie, which was very, very smart. I thought that was really good writing. But we do have D get out of jail after 2 years and just see where things stands with his girlfriend, with his family, with his friends, and they couldn't be more different. What a difference a day makes. Everything has changed and he does not know what to tend to first. We have his friends who are just all over the freaking place. We have Real here, the friend with the dress, who I had to check myself on because I was watching the film and I was like, oh, here we go with the low budgetness. They couldn't do a better job with the, the scarring and the burns in his face. It's a poor execution. When in actuality, this is his actual face and his actual skin. I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I did not know that. But you have him here as really self-conscious. He doesn't really know where he stands in the friends group, but you do know that he wants that attention, he wants that affection, he wants, the same things that, his other teenage friends have been able to embark on. I've never had a girlfriend. Nobody's checking for me because I have these horrible scars in my face. And anytime that he feels disrespected, he feels like somebody's trying to talk down to him, you walk down the street wrong, he is on go, ready to attack, and he is really aggressive, really brutal. Just goddamn, did you have to do money like that in the car? Like, he has a whole, mean streak, a jealous streak, but there's still, a sadness within him because you know that he could be more. He can, in one moment take care of his sweet, aging grandmother, and in the next, beat somebody to a pulp and kill someone. Like, it's just all over the place, and you can kind of see that he does have some form of integrity. The whole, Martin Luther King and that whole coalition there, later doing the robbery. But like, man, this is a mean little nigga. We have Antonio, a wannabe Mac Daddy ass, fake ass pimp, who is trying his hardest to coerce girls, trap them, have sex with them, learn the game from an older pimp, and pimp these young girls out. Absolutely no direction. How are you gonna be a pimp and at the same time you're hooked on coke so hard that your nose is bleeding while you're on top of a girl? Just absolutely horrible. And then we have Ty. Poor Ty, who has just been alienated from the friend group. He no longer has those dreams and aspirations to go on and do big and better things, playing baseball, college, never know what you could have became. No, we have now been trapped in the hood, tried to sell some drugs, that didn't work, so depressed, wound up using the drugs, and is now strung out. Oh, Ty even has a bounty on his head from the local grimy ass neighborhood drug dealer. What is D supposed to do with that? Right away, you see very much that D is a product of his environment. Once you meet his mother is just his mother. You know, nobody within the home just offers much of anything. There is not only no father present, but he is just kind of on his own, and the only person he does have to look up to is an older brother going down that same path as the whole ass nigga who has a bounty on his friend's head. Like, just no direction, no support. Gets out, everything is different. Don't even have a place to stay. It's like, well, baby, yeah, I remember those days when y'all daddy used to get out. Yeah, I'm about to sell the house. You niggas gotta find somewhere to go. Like, God, like, oh, it's just so sad, because we know that these are real life scenarios. D has absolutely no support, nobody to follow, no foundation. What was he supposed to do? Immediately, as soon as he gets out, the prospect seems really low. Everything is changed. So the best thing he feels like he needs to do is blend in and fall in with those same elements that got him shot and put in jail in the first place. We have those same friends, those same options. Yeah, with this friend, maybe I can learn how to pimp out some teenage girls. And yeah, with this friend, I can go somewhere and commit robbery. Or maybe with my older brother, I could stand on the corner and sell some drugs. What? Everybody around him, including him at the moment, are focused on such trivial goals. Yeah, I can rob somebody, smoke some weed, you know, sneak around, convince my PO that I'm clean. I could pimp, I could do some drugs. To get what? Gain a car, money, bragging rights. That's normally what the common scenario is, when we know that majority of those things mean absolutely nothing. Now, we do have D ready to kind of just fall in line and go along with what his friends wants to do yet again, even though we see deep down he is changed, you know, being shot, going to jail. Like, it really hits different. I don't know if this is what I want for my life, but he is quite unsure. Peer pressure is a hell of a drug. But we have old Cam comes to stir the pot. Now, Cam here made a really good villain for the film. Like, some of the acting here leaves much to be desired, but as far as our main cast, I thought it went pretty well. I looked at, you know, everybody's filmography for the most part. A lot of the characters here didn't really go on to do any other films, and that's really unfortunate because, boy, they were bringing it. Cam needed to get shot immediately as soon as he got in my face. Like, get out of my face. That grimy ass character who wants nothing more, he just wants to bring destruction, and he immediately sees D as a target as soon as he gets out. You know, somebody who can play into his hands. Everybody's expecting him to get out and just be completely pissed at Ty for driving off and, you know, leaving him at the store, when it's just like, you know what, no, even if he didn't leave, I was still going to be changed forever. What happened to me, that entire scenario, was never his fault. That was my doing. He's grown beyond who he was before he got locked away, and everybody else just doesn't understand that, especially Cam, who is hell-bent on setting up, dropping seeds, and planting the whole vendetta on D's back for him to kill his friend Ty. Oh, he was this and that. He was probably smashing your girl while she was gone. He was actually her supplier. You know she on drugs, right? Like, cause of course, you know, you go away, little high school sweetheart, you gotta be strung out and on drugs when you come back. It's just hood movie protocol. But yes, Lil Mama is doing bad, and he just cannot take it. You see that he had strong feelings for her, you know, the whole ring twirling. And we have Cam totally using this to his advantage. Just grimy. You know, just a snake ass nigga want dirty deeds to be done, but you don't want to get your hands dirty. You want to set up somebody else to do the shit. And you know, you have his older brother. Like, the writing was really good there. You have his older brother pretty much trapped and like hands tied, because it's like, what am I supposed to do? Like, he might come at me. You know, we have exchange. He's technically, you know, like the boss of me. I can't tell him, hey, nigga, get the fuck away from my brother, which leads them to go on this hunt looking for Ty, all up in his sister's house, breaking, destroying shit, even kills Ty's sister. I was like, she ain't asked for that. kills the whole sister. Like, it's just like, oh man, yeah, she should make so much noise. Like, just a completely grimy dude. But meanwhile, we have D, who is just really, really thinking about his ex-girlfriend and rolls up on her. She just is strung out as strung out can be. It seems like heroin or, you know, whatever they were using was really having a really bad effect on the neighborhood. So she is now with a dealer who is also hooked, and she has a baby. She looks completely just downtrodden, just But you have D, who still clearly has feelings for her. Like, how did we get here? Remember when, yeah, nigga, I don't want to hear nothing about that. You got some drugs or what? Because if not, you can get the hell off my pouch. She does not care, but D can't help but realize that, you know, the time span he was gone, that baby kind of looks like me. What is really going on here? I have a whole child and nobody told me anything about it. But you can completely see that not only did the drugs affect his friends, but the girlfriend, she's just done. She's a dunner. Walk away, baby. Walk away. You have D pretty much in that moment come to the revelation that, you know, I can never go back. All I can do is focus on my life and what it is now. And I know that I don't want this for myself. You even have him realize, like, yo, you were lying on Ty. Like, she's like, yeah, he sold me some drugs. No, that nigga was asking me for money. How could he be my supply? Like, yeah, because a nigga like Cam wouldn't lie to set a nigga up. Wake up, baby. But it's at that point in the movie that we have the writing be really good and really consistent as far as his plan for his life. We even have him go, you know, I might want to try to pimp right. We have him meet a old cat daddy pimp somewhere in some alley, and him and his friend try to have him pimp out this 12, 13-year-old ass girl, and you know, he turns her into the probation officer. Like, I don't want no parts of this. Take her home to her mama. Like, yes, we're making smart and right decisions. And then we get into Ty. He even has Ty, who has been playing hide and seek the entire movie. I don't know where he learned his hide and seek skills from, but yeah, couldn't nobody find little baby in the hood. I don't care what bounty was put down. He's like, no, I ain't going out. But he comes out of hiding just to apologize to D, who wasn't even mad in the first place, and actually helps his friends sober up. And it's just like, you know what? You're never gonna be much of anything if you stay here. I want to get out of here. I don't want to be in this element. And you know what? I'm going to take you with me. I forgive you. It was never your fault. I was like, oh, right? Because once again, what is the alternative? Looking over my shoulders every 5 minutes, like real, because I'm running up in people's houses, beating them up, committing robbery, feeling guilty, always constantly worrying about who's gonna, you know, get at me next because of a deed that I've done in the past. Like, this is no way to live. The only way we are going to survive and get well is if we get out of this freaking neighborhood. But we can't leave without any money. I love how we kind of had the Cam character set up to be so mischievous and have his hands in pots, just low-key getting on everybody's nerves. Like, you want to be up here at the top, but in the process, you've cut down so many people, gotten under so many people's skin, got on so many goddamn people's nerves that they are willing to take your ass out. Now we end with D concocting a very smart plan to take Cam's ass out. Really, really good look. We have his brother involved. We have Ty involved in a local, little cute neighborhood light-skinned boy. Now D is gearing up to just go far away and use the money that Cam has been using and sporting around to put a bounty on Ty's head just because he got a reputation. Man, you can't be I cannot let this shit rock. He has to go. But when are y'all gonna do it? Not me. Hot ass mess. But as far as D is concerned, this is not going down. We have to go. We, meaning him and his ex-girlfriend. I love when he goes to get her and he's just, you know, his own rescue mission, even though she has made it very clear that she is set in her ways. She is fine being an addict and she has no aspirations to do anything else. I don't want to be bothered with you. Go away. You even left me with this burden of a baby. Get the hell away from me. He goes back to try to save her anyway. Maybe I can salvage this. But he hears the baby crying. It's just like, you know what? I can't do anything for you. What I can do is go and rescue that baby. Now, at that moment, I was like, where are you going with the baby? What are you gonna do with this baby? What is really happening here? I didn't know what was happening at first, but he later gives the baby to a pastor who was very helpful to Ty throughout the movie. Just trying to give inspiration. Baby, stay off them drugs. They leave the baby with him and his wife, who have had trouble conceiving, which was very, very smart. Now we have D use his brother to set up Cam and take that money, but neither one of them commit the deed. He thinks I finally got Ty, finally got your ass. You finally are going to die. Yeah, you handled that, dummy. Gives his whole enemy a gun because that opening title sequence of a boy getting shot just happened to be related to this guy, and he wanted revenge and decided to take his ass out. They break down the money and decide to disperse. Now, what confused me was this entire time I thought that D and Ty would be getting the heck out of Dodge together. No, it's like, okay, you got a bounty on your head, this, that, and that. You can never just walk the streets freely. I'm gonna give you the money and the car, and you're gonna get out of town. And me and my brother are going to stay here, live to fight another day, and I'm gonna go and get a job and start anew in the same store that I was shot in because we tried to rob early. I'm gonna make amends. I'm gonna show my growth. The man actually gives him a job, and it looks like a positive thing for D's life. But I'm like, okay, what about the pimp and the friend? I love how everybody else's life just looked bleak. Like, yeah, you got the little young prostitute just looking spent, looking like at any moment she's gonna stab old dude in the back. Like, you really think I'm gonna be up in here selling my ass while you stand outside of the hotel? It ain't going down like that, just bleak. And then you also have the real character get ran up on rightfully slow. Ain't nobody tell you to have your ass outside beating this man up. Brought this man down to his socks in front of his woman. Like, you ain't have to do like that. And he comes back and retaliates on him, so now he's gone. But then you have D. I'm like, do you not think anything's gonna come back on you? What about you, letting the prostitute go and return her back, return to sender? Like, what about this whole, you don't think anybody may figure out what's going on? Like, I don't know, nobody's worried. It's just me, gets my nerves ass. But yeah, I assumed that he would be leaving town with Ty. But no, he decides to stay and start anew. Okay, I would have left. Well, you guys, that was my review for Licks. I hope you enjoyed it. Please drop down and tell me if you have even ever heard of or seen this film. As I said, it was my first time watching this, and I'm not mad at it. Hey, as far as low budget hood movies go, what more do you want? I'll see you guys next time for my next review. Bye.